자, 가도록 합시다. 아이고, 여기서부터 진행이 되구리. 자, 어쨌든 소크라테스 그 신탁을 확인하기 위해 가지고 지금 문열을 만들어 놨죠. 원래는 들어가는 부분이 진행이 돼야 되는데 이게 마이크가 인식이 안 돼가지고 오랜만에 했더니 모른 채로 했더니 마이크가 인식이 안 됐다는 것도 모른 채 하고 있었어요. 여튼 지금 방송 촬영되고 있는 거에서는 목소리가 나올 텐데 어쨌든 문열을 일단 만나도록 합시다. 안녕.
There might be a bit of blood when you go upstairs.
You again!
I'm here for a different reason.
After last time, they tortured me. I thought they were going to kill me, just like I told you. It hurt so badly, I begged for death.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Just hurry and tell me what you want.
You told Socrates something, and I want to know why.
Questioning why the Pythia speaks is a strange thing.
I know why you speak, and I know who controls your voice. Tell me why the cult had you tell Socrates he's the wisest.
The cult didn't tell me to say that. I did that on my own.
자, 소크라테스 편이다.
The cult wouldn't allow you to do that.
Which is why I was very careful. I seek Socrates as an ally, but simply asking him to help would
야,
be
여기서 말하잖아.
An ally?
스포를
For
해버렸어.
what?
I know much of Socrates. Not only has he visited me often, but his students do as well.
Get to the point.
You know the gods don't speak through me. I feel Socrates is the one who can convince others of this. If he succeeds, the cult will have no more need for me.
So you're hoping he comes to the conclusion that the gods don't exist?
It matters not if Socrates believes they exist. He needs simply to doubt that the gods speak through me.
I understand why you think Socrates can help, but why tell him he's the wisest?
He'll delve into what it means to be wisest. It's my hope he'll conclude he's not, and therefore doubt the words of the gods.
If you just told him your words aren't from the gods, wouldn't that serve the same purpose? And much quicker?
Socrates is not the type to desire the answer so easily. He'll have more drive when he finds the answer on his own.
This is getting complicated.
Whatever you do, you can't tell Socrates.
I understand. He has to come to the answer on his own.
Exactly. Although, if you truly wish to help Socrates, a student of his came by not long before you. He seemed distraught.
Distraught?
He was clutching a book tightly to his chest and kept looking over his shoulder. He told me he was going into a tomb nearby until things were safe.
Thank you. I'll find him.
자, 소크라테스 제자 중 한 명이 무덤에서 일단 기다리고 있겠다고 하죠. 아니, 숨어 있겠다고. 자, 어쨌든 원래는 여기가 시작 파트예요. 여기 들어가는 거야. 다시 여기 오지 마라. 안 올 거야, 이 양아치가. 자, 첫 번째 무덤으로 일단 가도록 합시다. 자, 어쨌든 신의 말이 아니라 무녀의 판단으로 인하여 개고생하고 있어요, 지금요.
This is it.
역시 이카루스의 눈이란. 자, 어쨌든 제자를 만나도록 하죠. 만나러 왔더니 뜬금없이 저기 있네.
Sorry for sharing my food with you.
무지하게 싫어. 자, 어쨌든 제자도 쫓기고 있는 거 같죠? 자, 일단 여기가 길이 아닐 텐데, 길이 다른 데 또 있을 텐데. 여기 있네요. 안녕?
You don't need to be scared now. I'm not with them.
That doesn't mean you won't kill me. You just want this for yourself.
I'm a friend of Socrates.
You are? Prove it.
Socrates is one of the most frustrating people I've ever known. He just talks and talks and talks. And it feels like he asks questions just so he can continue talking and talking and talking.
What you call frustrating, I call brilliant. But it's clear you know him well.
Why were those men after you?
For some reason, they wanted these writings of Socrates's. Well, I wrote them, but it's all his words.
That seems like a strange thing to want.
One of them had a big mouth. He mentioned something about the priest at the sanctuary of Athena Pronea. He said this was the final thing they needed to get rid of Socrates.
I've always been curious. What does Socrates teach you?
So much. Follow him around for an entire day and you won't be able to sleep. Your mind will be so aflutter with thoughts.
I'm not sure I'd last a day with him.
짜증난다는 말로 통하여 알 수 있었죠. 얼마나 짜증나겠는지.
What drew you to Socrates?
I've never met a man like him and I don't think I ever will again. Every day with him is one worth waking up for.
I'll take care of the priests.
Thank you. And, well, please, give this to Socrates. It hurts me to say this after all I've learned from him, but I have a family. I can't risk being caught up in whatever this is.
So you're going to stop being his student?
It feels I have no choice. Maybe one day that will change.
I'll be sure to give him the writings.
Thank you. Make sure he stays safe. The world will be a worse place without him in it.
That
자.
gave me an idea. Xantippe said there was a symposium. Maybe I can convince the others who were there to help Socrates. Not sure why the priests want Socrates gone, but I need to take care of them.
다 중인가? 네, 다 중이네요. 자, 소크라테스 만나는 거랑 신간을 처리하는 거 두 가지죠. 라고 했지만 겁나 많네. 자, 신관을 처치하는 거와 증거 입수하는 거 가도록 합시다. 네. 뭐지?
I need to talk to them.
아, 설득자고? 다중 퀘스트다 보니까는. 자, 일단 철학자들 먼저 설득을 합시다. 잠깐만요. 맞지? 오랜만에 방송이 키니까 헷갈려. 자, 일단
Maybe I can convince them to stand up.
Do not students take what they learn from their teachers? What then if the teacher is wrong? Does that not simply perpetuate these wrong teachings amongst future generations?
You assume the students aren't wise enough to understand the flaws of the teacher. Think of those who came before us. First Thales, then his student Anaximandros, and then Anaximenes. Without the teachings of those before him, it's safe to say Anaximenes would not have reached the conclusions he did.
I don't think that's true at all. Oh, perhaps this new phase can offer a different perspective.
A student gets to take all the knowledge of their teacher without needing to come up with answers themselves. If they're smart, they should surpass those they studied under.
An astute observation. The time saved by receiving the knowledge allows the student not only to expand on the ideas, but to come up with more of their own. But what if the student expands on ideas without first seeking the truth behind them?
If we listen to others and take what they say as fact, we only have ourselves to blame.
So, no matter who is speaking, student or teacher, we must spend time trying to understand if what they say is even true.
Your appearance betrays you, Mystius. Clearly, you've taken on a teacher of your own.
Something like that. He's the reason I'm here. Socrates needs your help.
Socrates? Ha! If it's another debate you want, it will be hard for us to decide who hates that man more. Why would we help him?
It doesn't matter if he's your worst enemy. If they're willing to imprison someone like Socrates only for his words, what's to say they won't do the same to you?
So, you want us to help out of fear of being imprisoned ourselves?
I don't care why you help. If I hadn't said his name, would you think it was right Socrates was locked up?
If it's as you say, and it was for his words, then no.
And aren't you afraid it could happen to you too?
Of course. If we can't speak our minds, what else are we to do?
If you believe that, then you should help.
Fine, fine. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Socrates deserves our help, but we don't give it lightly.
That makes it worth even more.
We'll be on our way then. We'll gather some others as well. Make sure our voices are heard. Believe it or not, we're pretty good at causing a scene.
If you're like Socrates, that's not hard to believe.
Wow, I've never seen
Aristocles.
use them so easily before.
Is that so? I guess I should feel proud. I'm surprised to see a child here.
Is there an age at which it would suddenly be okay to debate with them? What then of the night before I turned that age? Should we be prevented from doing what we wish due to the world's view of us?
I regret doubting you at all.
Thank you. There are few things greater than gaining the understanding of another.
On that, we disagree.
Disagreements can lead to even more understanding.
You're the first kid I've met who'd rather debate than play.
Don't tell the others, but I'm envious that you're a student of Socrates. I hope one day to be as well.
You're on the right path. What's your name?
Aristocles. Although I've never liked that name much.
It does sound like countless others I've heard around Athens. Why not choose another?
I can do that? Huh. My brother always had a problem saying my name, so he called me Plato instead. Perhaps I'll use that.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, I
나
better
플라톤이
go after the
아리스토텔
others. Here.
아리스토클레스였어? 이건 또 처음 들어보네. 자, 일단 설득은 끝났고요. 그냥 지네들끼리 생각할 수 있도록만 유도했으면 됐죠. 자, 문제의 구역으로 갑시다. 여전히 신관들이 왜 소크라테스 책을 노리는지는 의문이네요. 확인하러 가보자. 뭐 레벨업은 안 했으니 대장간은 들 일이 없겠지? 이미 강화는 다 끝낸 걸로 기억을 하는데 그래도 봐야지. 그리고 8개 좀 있는데 신경 안 쓴 사이 언제 이렇게 템을 모았지? 자, 살 거를 삽시다. 자, 일단 흑유석 요리는 무조건 필요하니까 지금 일단 사놓고요. 저번처럼 똑같죠? 잠깐만요. 가자. 잠깐만. 가는 길에 용병이라도 한 마리 만났으면 좋을 텐데 역시 안 나오는구만. 기억으로는 저 신전 쪽 제한 구역으로 기억하는데 게임 받치면서 해야 되겠는데? 저 프로나이어 선수.
Got to be careful not to get spotted.
자, 증거 3개는 다음 짓고요.
Once we have the happiness to receive the
These must be the ones who hired the thugs and want to get rid of Socrates. Now that all the priests are dead,
자,
they
신관
won't be able to
노선 제거.
testify against Socrates. I should return to Socrates before the trial starts.
자, 소크라테스 쪽으로 다시 한번 넘어가 봅시다. 1000m 나대. 겁나 머네요. 빠른 이동으로 넘어가도록 하죠. 원래 이거 낙뎀 겁나 아프게 들어가는 건데. 자, 어쨌든 재판 쪽으로 한번 보도록 하죠. 소크라테스가 지 걱정하지 말라고 일단 말은 했는데 일단은 보도록 하죠. 안녕 친구.
Socrates, you're here.
I am.
What happened? The trial couldn't have taken place that quickly.
Had I been given the chance to defend myself, it would have been quick indeed. But unfortunately for me, I was let free before I could.
That's good news.
Apparently, those who had charges to bring against me were found dead, and evidence they claimed to have went missing.
It sounds like someone was looking out for you.
There were also some people protesting my arrest, I was told. I have to ask, did you have something to do with this?
Do you really need to ask?
No, but you still deserve the chance to answer.
Did you have time to find an answer for the Pythia's words?
I thought it would have taken much longer than it did, but the moment I stopped thinking about it, it came to me like a flash of Zeus's lightning.
So, do you agree with the Pythia or not?
The gods cannot lie. Yet, I know that I know nothing. I had to understand what it meant for one who knows nothing to be called wise. I realized that though the Pythia said my name, she did not mean me.
Who did she mean then?
That is not an answer I'd yet like to voice. It's one that people may not want to hear, and I must think on how I wish to share my new beliefs with Athens.
Whatever it is, be careful. I don't want to find you've been arrested again. We should get you home. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable there.
In some ways, that will be true. In others, well, Xanthippe will decide that. Being free feels good, but I don't believe Xanthippe will be happy with me.
She has good reason to be mad this time.
We argue often about how I need to be careful with what I say and what I said. This will only give her more cause to bring it up.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Oh, you misunderstand. I love it.
You do?
People see Xanthippe and believe it is her beauty that drew me to her. But it is her argumentative spirit I lost for.
Nobody ever likes that about me.
Having my opinions and thoughts challenged helps me to refine them and to grow as a person.
And she likes these arguments?
I doubt it, but it is in those fiery moments that her spirit is strongest, like an untamed horse.
Don't call her a horse.
I'm afraid your advice is a bit too late. No! Oh, no, you don't!
Get somewhere safe, Socrates.
처리. 그리고 추적당하고 있죠.
With the things I do, it's sometimes hard to know.
Let's hurry back before anything else happens.
빨리 가자. 근처에 용병 있나 보네. 나하고 생각했는데 용병이 없네요? 용병 있다며. 있네요. 겁나 가까이에. 자, 일단 얘기하고 용병 처리하고 진행하면 되겠죠?
You came back. Finally. I'm ready to return to Athens. I've had enough of Phokis and this talk of the Pythia.
You will be happy to hear I have no need for her words any longer.
Ah, then something positive came out of this after all.
I just remembered. A student of yours has been taking notes of your teachings. He wanted you to have them.
태우겠지.
What did you do that for?
Nobody asked him to write down my words.
Even so, why not keep it? Share it with others.
Because of a story I was told as a boy.
All right, let's hear it.
The king of Egypt, Thamos, was visited by the god Thephtha. Thephtha offered the invention of writing to the king and told him it was an elixir of memory and wisdom. But Thamos disagreed. He believed the people would no longer use their memories, for they would simply read instead. These written words would not offer true wisdom, but only the appearance of such.
You don't want your words written down so others can't use them to pretend to be smart.
Much like creatures in a painting, the words sit there unmoving. If you ask them a question, they will preserve a solemn silence. And no matter how many times you ask, they will only ever say the same thing. They cannot defend their message.
That's the part you like. The defense of your words.
All who speak should defend their words if questioned about them. That is why I choose to speak and not write. That is why any words of mine that last beyond my final breath will be those that people choose to remember. Those words will be true wisdom and not an illusion.
What's your plan now?
After I return to Athens, there's much I need to consider.
You'll be careful, right?
If I have to choose between saying nothing and staying safe, or speaking up and risking my life, the choice is easy.
I should get going. I'm glad you're free.
As am I, although, if you allow me, there is something.
I doubt I could stop you.
We like to believe that action means progress, but it's control that's so truly desired. The more we do, the more control it seems we have, but the less we allow for others. If we grip too tightly, we'll find we've crushed what it is we're holding on to.
Meaning...
Meaning we must sometimes let life unfold without trying to influence the outcome.
I'll keep that in mind. I almost forgot. In your letter, you said you had something to ask me. What was it?
You know, I've completely forgotten now. Take care, Alexius.
Stay out of trouble, Socrates.
자, 일단 소크라테스 구해줬고요. 한 발. 없죠? 자, 이제 메인을 해야 할 것 같은데 또 있어. 아니 뭐 틈만 나면 게스트를 자꾸 줘. 자, 잠깐만요. 정리를 좀 합시다. 오랜만에 왔더니 정리 진행이 안 되네. 머릿속에. (60일짜리) 열렸고 60짜리 자, 원래는 여기 아르골리아 쪽으로 가는 게 맞죠? 그래서 진행하다가 소크라테스 임무를 했다 돌아가는 걸로 기억을 하는데 미션이 또 생겼으니까 하러 가야겠죠. 서브 임무도 웬만하면 교단원 가능성 있으니까는 최대한 하는 게 나아지니까. 자, 허허허. 다음 퀘스트. 아, 맞을걸? 근데 내 기억이 맞다면은 자, 아르고스 쪽으로 가야 되는 거 맞죠?
Goddess of war and wisdom. Does it please you, I wonder? What is sitting on the throne?
역시 낙뎀 없는 게임. 기분 좋군. 바로 옆에 80짜리 있네요. 선수 있지. 자, 뭐 때문에 또 찾나?
You have the habit of appearing the moment I need you. What a power I may wield.
Is there ever a time you don't need me?
Good point.
The drunk politician you had me take home. We ran into a bit of trouble.
That's terrible. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Yes, thankfully we both made it out alive.
Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me.
You seem disappointed.
I'm just impressed you were able to save the both of you.
You said you needed something.
Ah, to business already. Fine. It's simple, really. There's an item that holds great sentimental value I'd like you to retrieve.
What do I need to find?
It's an Olisvos. If you saw it on the ground, even you wouldn't bend over to pick it up. But it means so much to me. To hold it again would mean more than you know.
That seems a bit emotional, even for you. You've gone soft.
I'm anything but soft, I assure you.
Focus Alcibiades. What is an Olisvos?
It brings pleasure. When my body grows too tired after a long night, having one of these can let the fun continue.
You're a big boy. Get it yourself.
I sure am. But there's a small chance the woman who has it won't exactly be happy to see me again.
There has to be a story behind this thing.
When you see the Olisvos, you'll know. When you have it in your hands, against your skin, when you feel the weight of it, you'll know.
Every time we talk, it seems like you're about to sleep with someone. Or want to, or you've just finished. Is this woman the most recent one?
Who said I slept with her?
It was a safe guess. How do you find time for anything else?
Determination, mostly. There's a closeness you can only feel with someone in those moments. Who wouldn't crave that?
I'll get the Olivos for you.
There's a small chance the woman may wish to keep it for herself, to spite me. It may be best to go unseen and hurry back. She lives east of here.
Don't worry, you'll have it in your hands soon.
자,
Made out of stone. I guess that could work.
응? 아, 이미 얻었네?
Ah, that's it in your hand. You brought it. It's different than I remember it looking. And much bigger, too. She's going to miss it.
This was never yours, was it? You had me steal it.
We didn't just steal an Olisvos. We stole a family heirloom and a husband's confidence. Without it, he'll be focused on his wife instead of his business. I think she'll enjoy the change of pace.
So it is sentimental. Just not to you.
The only thing that matters is you retrieved the Olisvos and helped me a great deal.